Hello friends, today we have the discussion on the topic international trade. In that particularly, I have chosen the topic why do nations trade or what are the factors that are responsible for international trade.
In international trade, there is a saying that no man is an animal. The countries trade to benefit from interacting with other countries. Without trade, the country becomes self-sufficient and have the lesser variety of goods. In international trade, they can enjoy a greater variety of goods so that they may offer the better quality to the consumers. The key reason is that by trading goods, the country can produce some item they will be able to produce better, in which they are specialized in. If they trade, they don't want to produce everything. So, they can concentrate on the scarce resources and with that they can produce the goods which they are specialized in. So, they can focus all of its resources to produce a specialized goods, and there may be a mass production of goods to the whole world. On the global scale, it becomes a global production house. With each country specialized in producing what is best at, so they can produce the goods more efficiently so that the world's scarce resources are put to the best use for all our wants and allowing more to produce and consume globally. So the main advantage here is a larger comparative advantage. With the fast mass production and a cost savings, the firm benefits from both the purchases and specialize the manpower to attain the economies of scale. So international trade leads to efficiency. That's why the country they sign the trade contracts to lower the cost and to tap each other resources.
There is a question, why aren't countries trying to be self-sufficient? The answer to this question is the population growth. So in order to satisfy the needs of the consumer or in order to satisfy the taste and preferences of the consumer, the country may naturally go in for importing the goods from other countries. There arises the need for international trade. The below are the factors which we are going to discuss in today's session.
Countries can gain in international trade based on the logical saying that no man is an animal. Countries trade to benefit from
the unequal distribution of natural resources and the regional differences are the primary reasons for the existence of international trade. Countries of the world differ in terms of natural resource endowments, climatic conditions, mineral resources, labor resources, and also capital resources besides technological capabilities. All these differences lead to situations where some countries can produce some goods and services more efficiently than others, and no country can produce all the goods and services in the most efficient manner, that is, at the lowest possible cost of production. For example, Japan can produce electronic goods and automobiles more efficiently than any other country in the world. Of course, this point holds good even in the internal trade. We move on to the next factor, international immobility of factors. Another important salient feature attributed to international trade is the immobility of factors of production between different nations. Within the nation, the movement of goods and services from one region to another is free. The only internal barriers to free movement of goods and services are the distance and the cost of transportation, which should be considered as the natural barriers as against the man-made barriers in international trade. In the international setting, the factor mobility is neither free nor perfect. There are restrictive immigration laws which prevent the free mobility of labor from one country to another. Immigration of labor has played an important role in the economic development of many developed countries like USA, Australia, Israel, and Argentina. Even in the case of India, movement of labor to USA and several Middle East countries has become quite common. Another important element in the factors of production is the capital. In respect of capital also, there are restrictions on the inflow and outflow of capital and investment across the national frontiers. In addition to these legal barriers which prevent the free flow of capital and labor between nations, there are several social, political and the cultural barriers. International flow of capital had taken place abundantly in the economic development of nations. The USA owes to the massive flow of British capital in the early years of Farmers' economic development. Foreign equity capital and loans have contributed significantly in the promoting the economic development of the third world poor nations. Thus, the difference between domestic and international factor mobility is at the best one of the degree and not of kind. It alone does not justify drawing up of any sharp distinction between interregional and the international trade. To conclude, these are some of the factors responsible for international trade. But for today's discussion, I have taken only few factors into account. Thank you.